Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne, and I want to share a story about friendship and healing misunderstandings. And it's a personal story, okay? It's about my life, and it's about a recent event. And so I hope you're listening. And the importance of making sure we tie up loose ends and making sure that we clear up things. So for me, I have many wonderful friends, and I have this one dear long-term friend that we've been friends for years, and I love and adore her. And so about 4.5 months ago, we were talking on the phone, and I was out running because that's when I have my conversations, because I don't have time otherwise. I have a very busy schedule. So I talk while I'm running. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't be talking while you're running, but I'm very safe, and I talk while I'm running on my trail. And it's a trail I go on every day. And so we were talking, and I don't remember what we were talking about, but she abruptly ended the conversation and said she had to go. So when one of us end the conversation, it's the person that ended the conversation that needs to call back up. That's the way it's always been done with me. And we make up our own rules, I know, and the rules can change, and they have changed since then. But anyhow, basically what happened, she didn't call back. Well, we don't talk every day because we don't live near each other, but we talk maybe every week or every couple weeks or so, whatever feels right. But she didn't call back in a week. She didn't call back in 2 weeks. She didn't call back in a month. She didn't call back, and time began to linger on, and I began to wonder what happened. And I figured I may have said something to her, but I didn't think I said anything to her. And I thought, well, maybe she just needs some space. Maybe she's going through something. I don't want to intrude. But then the longer it lasted, going into 4 months, that was the longest we had not talked on the phone. And so our kids are very connected with each other. They message back and forth and do FaceTime and all that, but she and I weren't doing it. And so I was really saddened and really bothered, and I probably was a bit perturbed because I thought, she should have called me back. And even though normally I'd pick up the phone and call her, we don't worry about who calls who. But in this case, because she was the one that abruptly ended the conversation, and I wasn't sure why, I thought maybe, just maybe, she took offense to something I say, because I'm the type of person that does say what's on my mind, whatever it happens to be. I'm very direct in person if you ask me what I think. So I had decided after 4.5 months to message her. I didn't want to call her because I felt like she should call me. So I thought, well, maybe she wouldn't be receptive to that. So I'll put in words in an email. And I did. I specifically said, I'm sorry if I said anything to offend you. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. I don't know, either way, I said, I want to know, because if we're going to end our friendship, I want to leave it on a good note, because we've put a lot of years into this relationship. And if we're going to continue on, then we need to talk about this and know what happened. So lo and behold, the next day, she sent me back an email, and she said, I was so sad. I thought you didn't want to be friends anymore because you moved away. Well, I had moved away a few years ago, but we just recently sold the house that we had nearby her. And she said, once you sold the house, I felt that you just wanted to disconnect. And I felt that, she said, I thought our conversation was great the last time we talked. And so it was all a big misunderstanding. I had interpreted it one way, she had interpreted another, and we both didn't want to walk on each other's feelings, so we both didn't call each other up. It wasn't a matter of being stubborn. It was a matter that we didn't want to tread on someone else's space. So we were being respectful, but we didn't need to be respectful. I should have called her up, or she should have called me up, and so be it. But we both learned a valuable lesson. I stepped in to clear it up. Either way that it would have gone, I wanted to clear it up, and I did. And she communicated back, and now I want to tell you that we're great. We're good again. We're great again. She and I are back to being best buds, best buds as always. And it's like two little kids, that had a little disagreement, but we really didn't have a disagreement. We had a misunderstanding or a misinterpretation. And so I am so grateful. I love her, and I know she loves me, and we're just such long-term best buds, best friends, and our kids are best friends, and the whole bit, and we have so many wonderful memories. So if you have a relationship that has a misunderstanding, a misinterpretation, or something that needs to be apologized for, even if you didn't do it, but you value that relationship, get back in there, communicate. Conversation is the key, even if that conversation can be rough at moments, rough words or hurt feelings or talking or bringing stuff up. I believe in getting it out there if you want to save your relationship, because if you let it linger too long, it's probably just going to dry up and blow away. And I didn't want that to happen with this relationship. So I'm so grateful that we communicated and that we're back, best friends, and things are just normal again. And I wanted to share this with you to make sure that you tie up loose ends, that you communicate, that if a relationship was of value to you and there's a miscommunication or misunderstanding, do your best at clearing it up if you can. Love you all much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.